Imagine this. You're told your EHR vendor is shutting down and you've only got months to find and implement a replacement. What do? Well, if you're sound physicians, you roll up your sleeves and get to work to find a new partner. In this interview, I talked to Dria McCluskey. She's the Senior Vice President of Innovation and Technology at Sound Physicians, and Venky Chellappa. He's the VP of Sales and Business Development from CharmHealth. I asked them both about the high-stakes RFP, why CharmHealth came out on top, and the role APIs played in making it all work. Plus, we get into what's next with AI copilots and smarter analytics at both organizations. Oh, and stick around because you're going to want to hear the real story of how this collaboration was so successful. Let's get to it. Well, Dria, welcome to the program.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
And I'm excited to have you back as well, Venky. It would be fun.
Thank you, Colin. Appreciate it, always.
So I have to start. Ours Physicians, Dria, where you work, it's such a unique kind of provider. Can you explain to our audience what you do and why it's so different?
Yeah, so Sound Physicians does a lot of different things. But with regard to CharmHealth, you can think about us as a national telemedicine practice, primarily in the post-acute space. So we serve skilled nursing facilities all across the United States. And we tend to provide telemedicine coverage on nights and weekends primarily, in which supplements the daytime coverage that they get from the medical directors and attending providers.
Interesting. Yes, and I remember doing the interview with the CEO just around the rebrand recently, and it's such a unique and eclectic mix of services that you provide all across the country.
Yeah, it's really unique. Not only do we provide the telemedicine services to skilled nursing facilities themselves, but we also at Sound have long-term care ACOs, which are newer to us. I think our first launched in 2023. And the telemedicine is a nice supplement to those providers in the ACO. So it's one of our tools in the toolkit. So we're really excited about it.
Now, working in your type of environment, you do not have the typical requirements for an EHR, do you?
I mean, we are providers seeing patients, so you definitely need to document care. But we are unique in the fact that it's not only an EHR that's important to us. We care very much about the telemedicine component. So making sure that there is functionality that allows for phone encounters, video encounters, secure messaging. All of that really helps elevate our services and what our doctors do because they're remote. So we are unique in that regard.
So how long ago did you adopt CharmHealth's EHR?
Sure. So we have a little bit of a unique story whereby prior to CharmHealth, we did have another vendor and they had approached us earlier last year and shared that they themselves were exiting the industry. So we had a little bit of pressure to come in and find a new technology. And we did an open RFP out in the market. And we opened it to over 30 different vendors. Think about the big Microsofts, the Athenas, all other technologies, primarily with documentation and telemedicine, given our needs. But Charm was great. They were our winner for many reasons. But yeah, we implemented last summer. So we've been with them for about a year now. Very happy with the platform.
What drew you to the CharmHealth EHR amongst all the other EHRs that you could choose from?
Sure. So number one, the fact that it is an EHR and you can document your encounters is definitely key. But the piece that stood out for us, again, was the telemedicine component. So making sure that our doctors can do video, phone, and chat. But what is unique about Charm is there are other groups and practices who use the technology for in-person visits. So what I saw with the application was that it really had almost like within its frame all of the pieces that you need for telemedicine, but we knew that there were some components that we would need to tweak just for that telemedicine or remote encounter. They are slightly different. And what was really great about Charm is they have, as a part of the enterprise solution, the ability to leverage APIs and to work with their development team to make sure that you can customize. So I knew going in that we needed customization. And that's what really like drew me to them, just outside of the software that they do have existing for the telemedicine and the EHR itself.
So, Venky, I'm going to ask you, what's it been like working with sound physicians with their unique requirements?
It's first of all, thanks for Sound Physician to consider us. But when we got the RFP, like anyone, first go we looked at it and said it's a once in a lifetime opportunity for us. It's not easy to crack into this market, but the requirements it's a lot of heavy lift for us. But we thought this is an entry for us into the enterprise market, and we have already a kind of a product ready, but it's not as sophisticated or as customized for an enterprise level. But we took a bold decision. We said we're going to try our best. So we worked on the RFP, and we went back to the drawing board, and we kind of know what they want. Like as she said, it's a telehealth platform, but it's a lot of nuances, that it's a lot of proprietary thing that they are doing. It's almost like a fancy Uber kind of a thing they are doing. Patients versus providers matching on demand as well as pre-booking, but in their own proprietary algorithm and logic. So that's the piece that they are bringing. So, and also they had their own IT team. So we brought our we actually, when we talked last year, we didn't have this much of enhanced APIs. We built a lot of APIs based on their requirements, and then also worked very closely with Dria and team and their engineers, and then kind of we also gave them a very good aggressive timeline as well as a contract. So I think we made a huge commitment, and we thought this is a great opportunity for break into this, and then because of that, a lot of good things have happened to us in the last 1 year.
And it sounds like the approach you took was, rather than build everything into Charm itself, you opened it up and created these APIs so that the organizations could work more closely together through those interfaces.
Exactly. I think that's one of the things we decided early on is the system has to be a lot more open, because as she said, it's an EHR, but they have something that is very difficult to implement in an out of the box EHR. Even an enterprise will not be able to do it. So that's one of the things that when we opened up the APIs, we also made sure that they're able to, like if you get into the details, that they want a lot of things on the front end. They want the chats. It's almost like building a Slack within the telehealth platform, or a Teams within the telehealth platform. And then they added a lot more nuances to it. On demand, I want this one. And then a nurse should initiate this call rather than the patient. So a lot of layers, that subtle layers they added, that made this product a little bit unique for them, but it's customized, but it's also highly efficient for them, I think, at this time.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So it's helpful. The two pieces I would add are, a lot of people, when they do telemedicine, it's direct to consumer or direct to patient, where you have a clinician sitting across from a patient. We are different in that we actually require and usually have what we call a patient presenter. So it is the clinician who is sitting across from usually a nurse who is in the skilled nursing facility and who connects with the doctor first, and then they bring the device into the resident or patient's room, and they allow the telemedicine consult to happen between the patient and the clinician, but there is a presenter or a nurse, a third party who participates. So that is what really does make us unique. It's not direct to patient, but rather it's almost like clinician to clinician, which results in a consult with a patient. And to his earlier point about some of the Ubering that we do, the thing to think about there is we at Sound, because we are a national practice, have to recognize the fact that these teleproviders must have state licenses, they must get privileges in the buildings, but there is also variation in prescribing and what each state requires. So it's not always as simple as make sure you have doctors on the schedule and they'll just pick up any of the consults. We wanted ownership in being able to control how you assign a consult to a physician. So we do have our own software that basically integrates with Charm. And the way that it happens is Charm, once a nurse goes into that platform and says, I need a doctor, we listen on the backside and we get alerted. And then our own software processes that and within seconds looks at licenses, privileges, e-prescribing, who's on the schedule, how many consults have they had, because we never want to overwhelm one physician with too many consults. And then we within seconds talk back to Charm and we say, would you please give this consult to Dr. A or Dr. B? So to Venky's point, we knew coming in that we wanted that control and needed that integration. So the whole enterprise solutions and the ability to do that was really important. And it's what makes it come to life for us.
Dria, as you look at some of the technologies, that CharmHealth is working on, but also just in general out there, is there any technology that you're excited to implement next for sound physicians?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure not surprisingly, the answer is always AI. It's the infamous term that many are excited about. But there are some things that Charm already has. They have AI Scribe, which helps the providers when they're in the middle of a video or a phone call, really listening and transcribing that conversation. And then it gets fed into the notes, helping to think about provider productivity and efficiency when it comes to documenting. But we're very excited about Charm Copilot, which is, again, AI that sits and runs in parallel, not only during the video, but on basically almost every screen in the platform. So whether you're on a patient record and you need something summarized, or you're in a chat and you want that summarized, like, we're very excited to test out that Copilot and see how it helps make the workflows more efficient. Yeah, so definitely AI is the generic answer. But yeah, we look forward to testing and piloting all of that.
Venky, is there anything that you're excited to provide to sound physicians that you're working on?
So as she said, the Copilot is one very interesting thing. It's going to give them a lot more contextual, because one of the things with their model is the doctors are not full-time working on charms, and even for onboarding, she does not have to, or they don't have to train them a lot, because a lot of those queries can be asked through this Copilot. And also the Copilot is going to kind of format them, give them all kinds of efficiency built in. And even for the nursing side, when they put in a request and stuff like that, they can extend this Copilot even further and further downstream. So it's going to give them tremendous amount of efficiency built into them. And also patients are going to be taken care of much easier, and they can also expand very easily. And we have other features coming up too. We are building analytics, AI-based analytics, to give you a lot of. Now the current analytics situation is you bring a dashboard and build out a lot of those things. We are going to be natural language processing, so it's going to ask questions. You will be able to generate reports. So we are evolving, as she was saying, Dria was saying, we'll move towards AI, but it's going to be, the way we look at AI is we want to do everything in the back end so that the user appreciates all the end result, but not have to do too much. So even from onboarding to customization and a lot of even templating, all those things will eventually go away with the Copilot. And so that's, we are very excited, especially for larger enterprise like Sound. They'll be able to easily teach the new people onboarding. Think about a time that you don't have to build out templates or anything. You just dictate and say, I like this format, keep it. That's it, boom, you're done. So a lot of exciting things are going to happen, and we are continuously. And this year, I think we presented here is we are also opened up a Charm R&D lab here. So we are going to build that we are going to hire more and more AI-focused engineers and PhDs. So we are going to build a strong AI team, also build a lot of proprietary technologies, because there is a lot of tools are available. We are going to take it and going to streamline it and make it useful for different enterprises, because as the enterprise goes, I think if you listen, you don't want like a chat GPT copy kind of a thing now. So we'll probably go into even more deeper into their organization, their chart knows, their style, and then we'll be able to produce and even more what is needed for them.
So, Dria, tell me a little bit about the support you're getting from CharmHealth. How has that been going? Because that's sometimes something that declines, let's say, after the initial implementation. What's your experience been like?
So that has not been my experience here at CharmHealth. So as part of the enterprise solution that we subscribe to, we have a dedicated partnership manager. His name is Kieran, so he works very closely with me. We actually currently meet every 2 weeks, which is great just to touch base. But I have a dedicated representative who's there to help me think through all elements, whether it's troubleshooting, thinking about using the different APIs and working on the platform from a dev perspective. So he's really there for us when we need it. We don't always pull on our partnership manager. They also have email where you can write to their support team and they can really respond. I haven't seen a response take longer than 24 hours. And I've been with the Charm platform for over a year, so they're very quick to answer. Separate from the support email, they actually have an API support email where you can get straight to the developers, and that's really utilized by my developers. So it's really a way for two development teams to be talking to each other in real time. So the email support is great. They also provide us with a phone number if we needed to call direct. In an honest moment, I don't utilize it all that much. We live in a world where email and meetings online trump those, but they do offer it. So we're very appreciative to that. So yeah, we really feel all of our needs are met.
So, Venky, let me ask you this. What advice do you have for companies to work collaboratively with their customers like you have with sound physicians? What are you doing differently? What are you ingraining now into your processes to make sure that this collaboration continues and it's not just a one-off thing?
That's a very good question, Colin. I think for most of the enterprise customers, it looks like it's another EHR or another sound physician, another sniff. They're taking care of what a skilled nursing facility. But I think every one of these big group of physicians, they have their own unique process, and there is a proprietary workflow and some nuances there. And I think as a vendor, our job is to really understand, take our time to understand, and also put the best foot forward and also bring the best team. That's what we did here. When we saw the RFP, we knew right away they're not going to just sit and wait for our RFP. They're going to go to big guys, and because they are a very national, very big organization, very big practice, they're not going to sit there and wait for Charm to come with a code. So we put in our best effort. We all of us worked together, and we said, okay, this we are going to prioritize. We are going to learn from this. And so that's where I think we kind of iterate this exercise. Now we know we have a senior team of people we train now. They are kind of teaching our younger folks, so that I think we can take on more and more of this kind of enterprise applications. And also I think we have a good understanding of how to work with them. I think from early on we did a lot more partnership with Dria and team, and we spent a lot of time talking to her. Whatever they put together, any of those emails and everything, we went through the whole thing, and we systematically answered what is possible, what is not possible within our scope. So I think we also been very transparent and honest about it, and I think that's one of the things that they liked about us.
Dria, same question over to you. What recommendations and ways are you ensuring that your team collaborates well with your EHR vendor, CharmHealth?
Sure. So I recommend that each partner, if you will, to CharmHealth have someone who's there for the partnership. And you have someone who can help filter and organize what it is that you need from a vendor or a partner like CharmHealth. So we do have a team of people, and I'm heavily involved myself in making sure that of all of the asks that come from our side, whether they're from clinicians or the administrators, that we truly give some thought and time into what those asks are about. We think about the requirements and what problem we really need solved, and we prioritize all of those before we bring them to Charm, because any partner is going to have limited resources to an extent. So you want to be mindful and thoughtful about what you're asking of your partner. and then have people who really do invest and become subject matter experts. Venky might agree, but like I almost feel like I work for Charm. You come to know the platform and the technology and become an expert, and that's what really allows you to take advantage of the enterprise solution and work with the APIs and the development team. And when there are things that are lacking, because you have that thought and expertise, they open to you and your ideas and your questions, and you're kind of more co-creating rather than making asks and meeting them. So it really does feel different. But my advice is to put effort against it. It is really a relationship and something that you have to invest in and groom. And it's important. It's how you are effective and actually make these workflows come to life.
Can I add one more?
Yeah,
For
yeah.
Dria? I think the 80% of the project was successful because of her. She's pretty organized, and as she said, she worked for us. Pretty much, she worked for us because she told us you got to take it. So she organized it and presented. Actually, she consolidated all the information coming through their team, and she was able to prioritize and tell us, okay, this is the way you do. This is what I want. This is kind of, she's more than a partner for us in this. Like if we are successful because I would say 80-90% to her, and we just did the work. So
Thank you. You're too kind, but thank you.
That's great. Well, it sounds like they should put you on the payroll. There, Dria. That's really what
I'm
it is.
happy to accept too.
Well, final question for you, Dria. Where
Sure.
can people go to learn more about Sound Physicians?
Sure. So you can go to soundphysicians.com and look up our website, and you can find us there.
Excellent. Thank you. Same question to you. Where can people go to learn more about CharmHealth?
CharmHealth.com or ask ChatGPT.
Excellent. Well, thank you to both of you for being on the program today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
so
Thank you,
much.
Colin. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
High pressure situations don't always lead to good outcomes. But in this case, Sound Physicians and CharmHealth turned it into an opportunity. What impressed me the most was the depth of the collaboration between these two teams. From the open AIs to customized workflows, the two of them co-created a lot of solutions that eventually made it into the CharmHealth platform and were a real fit for Sound Physicians' unique needs. And hey, if you enjoyed this conversation, be sure to mash that like button and subscribe for more great interviews like this one. I'm Colin Hung. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.